in these regions where jiu-jitsu is really exploding, like Korea, like Japan.
Yeah.
And I think Japan finally starting to collaborate between jiu-jitsu and judo.
Yeah,
so
you
a lot of
see all
crossover.
this.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they're getting treated like heroes. But majority of the jiu-jitsu doing world does gi.
Yeah.
Especially the people who pay the most money to do jiu-jitsu in the 30 to 50 range prefer gi.
I prefer gi.
Because you're in that range, you're an old man.
I know.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Shintaro Higashi show with Peter Yu. We got to put your name, Peter Yu, on the logo too. Everyone's been requesting it.
I did see the comments, but yeah, I mean, the original idea was that Shintaro is the face of the show, and I was just like kind of
without you, there is no show, so we got to do it.
Well, thank you. So yeah, let us know in the comments if you really want it. Should I put my name or should we put my name on the logo? Maybe. But more exciting stuff today. The probably in the judo Anglosphere, this is by far the most popular controversial topic. Yeah,
absolute monster.
What is it?
It's leg grabs. We're not talking about complaining about not having leg grabs or why BJJ is superior because of the leg grabs or why did they get rid of it in 2010.
And you know what?
What
my favorite thing is?
Yeah, what is it?
You can do more judo in the BJJ tournament, they say.
Yeah, some people say that. BJJ is more like original judo than judo is now. That's what a lot of criticisms. And it went away in 2010. It's 24 right now. We're still complaining about it.
Yeah.
14 years later. But guess what? They're bringing it back.
Coming back.
Not officially. We don't know a lot yet, but some very reputable organizations and tournaments are experimenting with this.
Yeah.
And it is believed that some of these other organizations are going to follow suit.
I was actually surprised that, I thought it would kind of never come back, but
yeah,
I think it sounds like, so what's the news is that the Japanese Judo Open Championship, right? The All Japan Open Championship.
All Japan Open Championships, always late second half of April, every single year. This is one of the toughest tournaments and the most watched tournaments in the entire world.
Yeah.
Open category. There's no weight classes. To show you how difficult it is, Ono fought in it and lost second round to a random 90-kilo guy from Japan.
I think, it is unbelievable that he even advanced as a 73-kilo person.
Yeah. We actually had Gunji yesterday at the dojo, who lives in New York now.
Yeah.
He qualified for the All Japan twice. Just qualified. And he was showing us gripping stuff that I'd never seen before yesterday.
Yeah. We talked about his gripping strategy in one of the
episodes.
We did,
and he's absolutely unbelievable. And I did grip fighting with him yesterday, and I was 50-50.
Yeah.
And he got a little bit tired, so I feel like I got the best of him. So it's all right, I felt like I won that, even though that's not the kind of.
Does Gunji listen to this? He might come after you after this.
Yeah, he doesn't speak English, so it's fine. He doesn't understand it. Yeah. But so it's just a level of the All Japan Championships. It's unbelievable.
And then they're bringing back the leg rest. Not like it's not completely, I guess. So you have to have one hand on the upper body. And then you can go for the legs, which I think is a good compromise. I don't know
it's
why.
It's a good compromise.
I don't know why the IJF never thought of that. Maybe they were
I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
The IJF really is very thought out, organized, everything,
Right.
So they considering everything, really.
They probably just let's just not even worry about it. Let's just get rid of it all right. And because they did kind of try that, I guess, and they just there was so much controversy around refereeing, and there was just so much gray area. But anyway, so now you can grab kind of do a knee tap or kataguruma, the old style. I guess you can do
Teguruma. So there's going to be some spectacular techniques, which we'll get into a little bit later. But why did they do this? And will the IJF follow? Is the question.
My personal take is that I think this is kind of how the IJF is testing the water. I think they're going to follow suit.
Yeah, but the IJF and All Japan are completely unrelated.
I know, but
and they actually don't have that much communication.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought they would have. Okay, you know more than me about the back. I just assumed that they will probably have some kind of communication in the back.
I mean, definitely, right? Because every organization's absolutely linked to the IJF, the All Japan Judo Federation. Then we got the USA Judo is linked to the IJF.
Yeah.
And IJF is part of the IOC, so it's this whole chain, So all these, you can't really just make one decision. And then if this was a one-off decision, Japan saying, all right, we're going to allow leg grabs in Japan,
Yeah.
Completely unrelated to IJF, it's a huge sort of, FU.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
It's
I
like
don't
undermining
think,
the authority of the IJF almost.
yes, I don't think that they would do something so egregious
Right.
and then take themselves out, because when the PJU,
Yeah.
right, was the thing, Pan American Judo Union was the
Yeah.
thing, and they didn't really comply. IJF was like, all right, fine, we're just going to close it, and then we're going to do PJC. It's going to be a completely new organization that's going to run all of Pan America. If you don't play game, you're out.
Yeah.
So, like, they could do that, right?
So, and I mean, you could argue that Japan is such a big judo country that IJF can't just like
Yeah, but look at
do that,
Russia
but
with the
yeah.
sanctions and all this
Yeah.
stuff. IJF's like, you know what? Individual neutral athlete.
Mhm.
And now they're like, you know what? We don't even like that anymore. You're just going to fight under the IJF banner. So now they have the back patch IJF.
I see.
Here's an IJF athlete from some region in Europe or Asia or one of those countries, formerly known as a country that we're not going to talk about.
I see.
Right? So, like,
so the IJF
powerful.
can be tough. So yeah.
And they've done a tremendous job with all the things. Like, if you go to judotv.com, who sponsors the show, I'm also getting paid by the IJF also to be a commentator. So, I do have some biases, and there is some kind of conflict of me talking about this stuff. But seriously, they do a phenomenal job.
I don't.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, I'll say Judo TV did share a clip, like a reel on Instagram about leg grabs coming back.
Yes. And they also send some video clips to a YouTuber, Judo Highlights YouTuber, who And they have like licensing, this and that, and fair right use policies and all this. But there's somebody in Japan who makes Judo highlights for each of the tournaments, completely unrelated to, like, they don't get paid for them, those guys. But he has full access to the archives, and he can use it and then make videos because he does a very good job with it. So every time, like, Tokyo Grand Slam happens, he cuts highlight reels. Everybody watches. It's good exposure for the IJF. They don't really have to pay this guy. It works, right? And then the IJF sent him footage.
I did watch that video. Yeah.
Yes. So
I didn't know that was like how it happened. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think it's very unlikely that guy is making that up.
Yeah.
So between that and All Japan doing their thing, and with the All Japan stuff, maybe Japan's preparing for it. Who knows, right?
I think it's like a good for chance. The next round of like tournaments. I see.
Just to kind of get a jump start on it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a real thing now.
I see.
And the rules are, you could grab the legs if you have one hand on the upper body. You could do it sort of in a defensive maneuver. If the guy goes for an inside trip, you could grab the leg and lift. That's a thing. If you enter into an inside trip and you almost finish it, you could grab the other leg and finish it. Things like that. All these little things to kind of not directly diving into the legs are going to be allowed.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I think it's a good direction. I think it's a good compromise. But you think people who love to complain about judo leg grab ban will just move the goalposts and say, "Oh, you can't do double legs"? It's not really like Morotagari is not. Like I'm not. I mean, they might. Those people might be very few, but
I think people are going to be extremely happy with this rule.
Yeah.
I think. Here's my opinion. When we used to always say the leg grab ban, and I wasn't really pro or con for it, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think with the leg grab ban, there were some advantages. People were more upright. People were getting bombed more.
Yeah.
You see that. And now, when you see people hinged at the waist because they're afraid to stick their leg out for Uchimata or Uchi, you're going to get more hips back.
Yeah.
More defensive judo. And I think there's going to be more Shidos now because of that reason. Right? So if you were complaining about the percentages of Shidos and penalties deciding matches, it's going to be worse. And the number of big throws are going to decline. So from a spectator standpoint, I think it's going to be not as exciting as you would think. But the off chance that someone gets lifted and yoked with the teguruma or like a massive, like, crotch or something like that, people are going to be very excited about the highlight of seeing those kinds of things. But
I have a feeling that the circle in the Venn diagram, the people who complain about Shidos, and
Yeah.
complain about leg grab ban are probably just almost one circle. I have
It's
a
gonna
feeling
be,
that
it's gonna all merge. Yeah.
that I have a
The
feeling
singularity.
yeah, I have a feeling
You
that
know?
they are the same group of people. So,
Yeah,
I
same
don't
group.
know.
Yeah.
But
you know what's gonna be interesting? Now the IJF is not gonna care as much about of course they're gonna care about spectatorship.
yeah,
Right? But they wanted spectators to go up. And they
yeah,
needed the statistics to go up
yeah,
in terms of like big throws, people watching it, partially why their judo TV is a big push, partially why they brought me in as the
yeah,
non-British English speaker also
mm,
to appeal to the English-speaking world.
yeah,
All these things that they're doing was for spectatorship, right?
yeah,
Because that's all they really cared about because they needed to get from tier 3 to tier 2 in the Olympic sport
yeah, yeah.
divisions. So now that we're tier 2, since I can't remember, it was like at least 10 years we've been tier 2 athletics, which means we're not on the chopping block anymore.
Yeah, we
right?
were. People have to remember
Yeah.
wrestling, judo were at real risk to be removed. The Olympics doesn't need judo. Like if
No.
like yeah, like they can really just. There's so many other sports they want to get in. Like squash is not even in it. You know. Like
I mean, like if you look at breakdance, it's tier 4, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are just experimental. They're not going to bring it back. Tier 3, you're always on the chopping block. Now we're tier 2.
Yeah.
That means more money for the sport.
Yeah.
And now they have a little bit more leeway to do what they want, even though the statistics of people getting bombed might go down.
Yeah.
You know, but this might be a great thing. You know, and obviously they have all these different factors that they're calculating.
Yeah.
Because there's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu portion of the world now that's extremely growing fast, like accelerated pace. And now the wrestling also.
Yeah.
So, you know, even like you get US, like jiu-jitsu's blown up. Wrestling is even doing even better now because the NIL, the name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
So college athletes can get $100,000, $200,000. So now, like, you know, if we don't do something, judo's going to be suffering, especially in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Globally, I think we're fine. But in these regions where jiu-jitsu is really exploding, like Korea, like Japan.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Japan finally starting to collaborate between jiu-jitsu and judo.
Yeah, you see all these Olympians going to local BJJ gyms and training. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And they're getting treated like heroes.
Yeah.
And they're tapping in the jiu-jitsu squad in Japan is tapping into a market untouched by the Japanese Judo Federation.
Yeah.
Judo, you do judo since you're a kid, you go through the university system, you become a professional, and you're done by 30.
Yeah.
Always. Right? You retire, even if you're in a professional corporate environment where you're like a professional athlete, corporation sponsors you. I was talking to Gunji about it actually.
Yeah.
He was on the best corporate team, Asahi Kase, with Ono.
Oh shit. Okay.
He gets a full salary.
Yeah.
As an employee of the company, and you get a judo salary, so you get double the salary.
Oh wow!
And performance bonuses
if you win.
So essentially, you're freaking rich.
Yeah.
And there's 20 slots on the team. That's it. New guy comes in, weakest guy gets kicked off. It's savage, right?
Yeah.
But there's corporations like this.
Yeah.
You know, after that's done, that's it.
Yeah.
No more judo, dude. You're too old. You're too banged up. You're gonna get injured. People don't do it. But jiu-jitsu, 30 and above, thrives.
Yeah, because you know, it's they're tapping into that like adult hobbyist population.
So you have 1 million people doing jiu-jitsu from 30 to 50 who grab legs and who needs to do stand-up for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
If they go to judo and say no leg grabs, that skill that they develop in judo, not so useful.
Yeah.
For them to go to their masters worlds or masters competition in the blue belt 45 to 50, it's not useful.
Yeah.
But with leg grabs in judo, now it's even more valuable for jiu-jitsu guys to do it. And then people argue, oh, no gi is the cool new thing. But majority of the jiu-jitsu doing world does gi.
Gi, yeah.
Especially the people who pay the most money to do jiu-jitsu in the 30 to 50 range prefer gi.
I prefer gi.
Because you're in that range. You're an old man.
I know.
As am I. Because it slows the game down.
I know, it really helps.
Yeah, it's like it's safer. It's not as slippery. You don't step in a puddle, then you don't tear your ACL.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
There's much more rules. Like there's things about it that appeal. It's not as disgusting.
Yeah.
Right? So now this can bring more jiu-jitsu people an untapped market. No one starts
Into
judo in
judo,
30.
jiu-jitsu into judo, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
A very
interesting.
small percentage of people start judo in their 30s. Very, very, very small percentage of people.
Yeah. I feel like it sounds like I have a feeling that the IGF probably has done their own research and then done the market research, and they're like, okay, yeah, we need to kind of tap into this market, and what's the one way? And honestly, it's really, I think this compromise of like one hand up on the upper body and then the one, then you can grab the leg. I think that's a good compromise, and especially because Mortagari has with the gi on it, double leg, it's always been like a Hail Mary move anyway, because it's pretty easy to defend if you're not like caught off guard,
and
like,
the range is off.
Yeah,
because if you're close enough to shoot and touch the person like you are in wrestling, they're close enough to grab your gi,
exactly,
which means you can't really like just post and take the hand off. You can't just do a throw by. You can't elbow pass because he's grabbing
the
onto
only
your gi.
thing you could really do is a blast double, and kind of like what the Mongolian did to, or the Keiji Suzuki in the Olympics.
But still, the range is off. You're shooting from much further away, because if you're within gripping distance, you're just going to get tied up. This is a great chance to introduce our sponsors, Drew, Jason, Levon. Drew, he's the best.
Man.
We know Drew. We love him. Thank you, Drew, for listening.
Love you,
and
Drew.
Supporting us now. Judo TV, Higashi
serial
brand.
entrepreneur.
Serial entrepreneur. He's doing churn analysis now.
Oh, wow.
That's his like tech company that he has, data.
He's a guy who gives back to the community, like keeps the money in the community.
He's, you know what? I'll tell you, he offered to do, his services, a lot of money. For bigger companies. They'll calculate LTV, they do churn analysis. What are the metrics to keep the person involved in the business? Why people don't rebuy, all these different things. And he was like, I'll do it for you for free.
Oh my God, Drew.
I was like, Drew, thank you so much. I was like, I can't. So churn analysis. Andrew Maniglia. I can't remember the name of his company. But we'll keep you informed. Yes, thank you all to our subscribers. You too can subscribe to us and then sponsor us as well
on Patreon.
Thank you very much.
All
right, leg reps.
So we kind of covered what the the return of leg rep will look like. It's not like official IGF rule yet, but there's a big chance. And when we say that because there's a big rationale behind it, like kind of attracting this new market into judo. So locally, for you, what does that mean to you as a dojo owner? Like, what are you gonna start teaching more of these like leg grabs, or like what's it look like?
Information that people listen to the podcast for, really. And the $1 million thing is, all right, most people are going to start teaching leg grabs that they don't really know, right? Because if you competed under this rule set, it was 15 years ago at the tail end of it. Right?
I don't even remember. I used to do Teguruba a lot, but I forgot.
So it's like, what are the entries? What are the positions? Getting into this like leg entangled Uchimata position to finish with a lifting versus throwing, all these different things, new skill. So how are these people going to teach it? Right? There's definitely information asymmetry from the people who actually know this stuff from their competitive days versus someone who's 30 years old now teaching at a dojo didn't really compete on this rule set at all. Right? And then if they wrestle, they say, oh, I have an advantage. No, you don't, because you never really wrestled in a gi. You're doing judo in a gi, and you're doing wrestling with no gi. So how to connect these things as a teacher, as a dojo owner, and this is the number one thing, because all of a sudden now you're shooting legs. Now this is a move, that move. It's too compartmentalized. It's desegmented. It's not going to work for you. So you're grip fighting. You have one hand on. You change levels and touch the leg. And then you go ippon senagi, back to gripping. So you're incorporating in your gripping, level change, touching the leg. Level change, touch the leg. No one finish it. No one try it. Just incorporate that. Okay? And then just go back to doing your regular stand-up judo is the first thing.
I mean, this
second
thing. Go ahead. Second thing.
Second thing, enter Ochi, Kochi, etc., etc. And if you can't finish an Ochi running it, reach down and grab a leg.
Yeah.
Drop Seanagi, running, can't finish it, try to pick an ankle. All right. That's the second sort of drill that you can incorporate to now immediately start putting it in. And then obviously the third is waiting for them to go Ochi, Uchimata, reaching in between and lifting. So get practicing this lifting thing. So that's 3 drills right there. Completely not what you would think people would do, which is like, all right, here's how you do a leg pick.
Yeah.
I grab the knee here, I go like this, I grab the leg, go try it. That's not going to work. If your sensei does that, just send him this video. So there's 3 drills to already integrate into the judo system that you already do. You probably grip fight, change levels, touch the leg, nothing changes, right? You're still grip fighting for the dominant position.
Yeah.
Right? Second one, you already do Ochi inside trip, trying to finish. Most of you guys can't finish it properly, but now you could use your other hand to assist with the finish. Easy transition, right? Third, someone goes Uchimata Ochi entry, you grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you learn that position from there, right? And then you learn direct attacks, but only in this sequence. That's the $1 million thing.
Yeah.
Why give that away for free? Not that many people are listening, so it doesn't really matter much.
Well, I think that's I mean that what you just described is why, like, you know, that conspiracy theory of like, oh, IJF got rid of leg grabs because Japanese judokas were getting beaten by like Europeans doing leg grabs, because it doesn't work like that. Just because you can do leg grabs, it's not like a panacea where you can defeat anyone. You have to
but you know, it is in their best interests to have champions from all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, you look at like Keldyarova from Uzbekistan, wins an Olympic medal or a gold medal, and now all of a sudden that sport skyrockets at Uzbekistan, and now all of a sudden you have all these people doing it, paying their dues, watching, subscribing to Judo TV. You know, they say like one of the biggest markets for Judo TV, like subscriber wise, in terms of revenue, is Georgia.
Oh my God. Yeah. When they have a Georgia language channel, right? Like you can listen to all the commentaries in Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah. They have their own dedicated commentary team from Georgia. Yeah. It's amazing. You know, so it's like Russia. Those guys love to consume this stuff. So like it's in their best interests to really have a diverse group of champions. And if Japan's winning everything, they don't like that. I don't like that. You know, because then it's like,
you can look at Taekwondo for that problem. Like for a while, like only Korean people were. Yeah, Korean people were just dominating, and then the IJF doesn't like that. Obviously, like it's just,
So, and you know what? Maybe this gives Americans a shot.
Yeah,
they really care about the American market, because think about.
I mean, it's just such a big market.
Football, baseball, multi-billion-dollar industries in sports here, right here on the soil of the United States. How come judo's so minor?
Yeah.
It's a popular. Obviously, there's many issues: administrative, USA Judo, who's on the board, which we covered extensively in the past few weeks. Right.
Yeah.
But you guys voted those guys in.
Yeah.
We didn't vote. That's why we have what we have. Right?
Yeah.
Millions of dollars being funneled out of USA Judo.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, that's not the thing, and that's a part of it. And then not having enough athletes doing the sport. Membership base is low. We're losing guys to jiu-jitsu, we're losing guys to wrestling.
So it's not really, far with this rule change. It's not far-fetched to think that all the good. First of all, like it's not like. So we're one of the reasons that we're losing all of these phenomenal natural athletes to other sports, right? Like we talked about this. Judo is competing. We're not just competing with BJJ. We're competing with football, soccer, football, baseball, basketball, golf, whatever. All these phenomenal athletes we have are playing other sports. But with this, maybe the pool's bigger. Maybe someone who wrestled in, Iowa, tries on a gi, and then he or she develops a new system around leg reps, and then has a really good success, and then we can bring back some Olympic medals in judo.
Let me tell you something, man. You give me a top level Division I wrestler.
Yeah.
who's coachable, who's fit, who's big, right? And you put him in my dojo and I teach him just basic gripping and leg grabs and hard newaza, forget it. They could win the Olympic
Nationals
trials.
easy. Yeah, Olympic trials
They
easy.
could go out there and win. You give me 4 years with that kid, So if you're listening and you're fit that,
do you want to be an Olympian? Yeah.
I mean, you still have to pay the dues and pay me the privates. I'm not doing nothing for free. But you get the point. So now it's a much closer leap into judo, right? And there's a lot of wrestlers in the United States.
Phenomenal
athletes. Everything that they're doing right now, IJF, the last few years, we have to blow it out of the water for LA 2028. We just have to.
Yeah.
USA Judo, IJF, all eyes are on the US, and that's partially why I'm on that team, the commentary team.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a massive.
It should work all together, and we as a community have to come together, band together, not take millions out of USA Judo, but we got to keep money in USA Judo and then do our part. And so now partially share this video, that portion specifically about how to integrate leg grabs into your gym. I've listed 3 ways. If you're just teaching direct leg grabs, here's a kataguma with a leg grab. You're doing a disservice to the sport. And it starts with the coaches, it starts with teaching, it starts with your gym. And hopefully now with this new rule change, more jiu-jitsu guys get funneled into your judo program. Don't be a pretentious douchebag and say, no, judo's like this, judo's like that. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Welcome them warmly. Use these drills that I've just mentioned and bring them into the sport.
Yeah.
Make it a warm environment so then they want to stay. Make it a fun thing. Right? Teach them what they want to learn.
Don't do stuff
and then sell them on the Olympic dream.
Don't be that guy or gal doing randori that says, "Oh, that's a Shiro. You touched my leg."
Shut up!
Come on,
stop!
What are you doing?
Oh yeah. No one cares. Let's just grapple and have fun. If you make it a fun environment, people will stay. Right?
Yeah.
You don't need Drew to do churn analysis to freaking. I mean, you do.
Yeah.
Drew, we need you. We need Drew to do churn analysis. But if he did the churn analysis, show
show a different reason, right? Yeah.
Your guys are leaving after 3 weeks because you suck as a teacher.
Yeah.
You got to keep them.
Yeah.
And this is how you do it.
Yeah. Right.
Man, this is what an opportunity. Leg grabs, judo, wrestling, BJJ. There is this grappling singularity coming together. I'm telling you,
to create this one art that will rule them all.
Let's do it. I'm more than happy to share. All right, wrestling has freestyle Greco collegiate.
Yeah.
Freestyle Greco scholastic.
Yeah.
Judo should have that too, right? Or maybe judo be the one thing that ties it all together. Submissions, takedowns, leg grabs, throws, ippon, a cultural, spiritual side, right? A code of ethics, moral morality, all this, everything. Yeah. Can we be that? And that's really my biggest thing. I think we can be.
Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine that all of a sudden they're like, all right, knee bars are allowed in judo?
Oh my God. I don't know how to tell. I have to practice a lot then.
Yeah. And then you watch this stuff and then it's exciting. And they're we 5x the global population of judo because of this.
Yeah.
There's 50 million people doing judo right now. We're number 1 by far. 50 million.
In grappling, yeah.
And if you look at national governing bodies, NGBs, judo's number 1 in grappling. Okay, blows wrestling away almost by 100%. Can you believe this?
In the US?
No, in the world.
In the world. Yeah.
US were last.
Yeah.
US, they confuse us with karate. I'm not talking about Americans. Talking about the globe. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we have that 50 million base with the number 1 quantity of NGBs. And now all the jiu-jitsu guys are coming in. All the wrestler guys are coming in because they have this thing of, wow, judo is the thing, right? And then you watch it and no one's beating their chest. No one's saying F you, F that, getting into fights on the mat because of the way the IJF is enforcing, right? The moral code, the ethics. And of course, the IJF and their moral high ground. But it becomes this thing that's just more than sport. It's cultural.
Yeah.
It makes you a better human being, a better citizen. It's respectful. It's
Yeah.
all the things also that Kano preached from an educational standpoint. And now we're not playing the same game. We're above it. We transcend it. And that's, I think, where IJF wants to go. And what an opportunity to do it in LA 2028 when the world can see.
And you know how each country has its own style of judo. Koreans do certain things, Russians do certain things, Georgians obviously. We could have our own style. Maybe this like BJJ wrestling pipeline into. I mean, scholastic wrestling, folk style wrestling is our folk style. Yeah, it's like our style, American style. Maybe. We can.
I'll tell you one of my.
Yeah.
What you know this guy Shannon. He was before your time, right?
I know.
But Shannon Sofield. He wrestled Division I, coached Division I wrestling. He wrestled for Ryder. He did jiu-jitsu. He's a black belt in BJJ. Never lost for like 40 matches straight. Okay, in the Masters BJJ, destroyed everyone, and also a judo black belt underneath me.
Yeah,
he has a style of judo that is perfect. If he's listening, I'm sure he is. He's probably like 50 now, but he should make a comeback because he has the most integrated style.
Yeah.
The way he used to wrestle with the leg grabs and the katagrums and the gripping. And now he has newaza also. Forget it. Like, that's the guy that everyone should emulate their grappling after. Shannon Sofield.
That's the guy, American
right?
style.
That could be the new American style of judo.
Yeah.
Right? Forget this 10,000 USA judo members. Let's get 1 million.
Yeah.
Everyone could follow that blueprint. Shannon could be flying all over the country, doing seminars, teaching his system that's going to be effective, right? Judo, wrestling, BJJ. Division I, judo black belt, jiu-jitsu black belt. Most importantly, that he's a judo black belt underneath me. That's the way. And he's also a CrossFit champion. He's fit.
Oh, my God.
He's a superstar, this guy. Yeah. But, like, can we get that guy to be sort of the shining example of what American judo looks like and then just destroy it in LA?
Yeah,
we have 4 years.
I think it's definitely doable. It's not going to be easy, but I mean, again, like I think this like kind of gatekeeping of I see a lot more in I've trained in Japan and Korea and America, mostly in America, but the American judo gyms are most like elitist in some sense. Like they want to like they're most purist out of all, and I think we need to abandon the attitude, and then this is our style, American judo style, like wrestling and maybe BJJ sprinkle in.
Yeah, who cares? And you got these arrogant judo teachers who are like, the jigotai and stand the posture up, and then the legs and the tayatoshis.
Yeah,
it's like no, let these guys explore and find their own path.
Yeah,
I never enforce a judo style in my gym.
Yeah.
Except, guys who spam Tanya Toshin.
Those guys are not welcome. The only rule.
Puller's not welcome.
Yeah.
Right? But
right,
still,
exactly.
It's like this whole thing, man. This is what a shot for the U.S. to have at L.A. And this is the time for all of us to really unite and push forward,
That'll be cool if you, after this episode goes out, suddenly you get like D2, D1 wrestlers coming into your gym as I want to go to the Olympics.
I mean, we do have guys that come in that are D1 wrestlers. I mean, we haven't had that many wrestlers actually, but we had a Columbia wrestling team. Like 4 of those guys came and worked out. They were animals, dude.
Yeah.
Obviously, 2 of them were judo black belts already. But
like the university wrestling wrestlers. Oh, yeah.
One of them was an All-American last year.
Yeah.
Also a judo black belt.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that guy's an animal. Like get that guy on. He has a better shot making a judo Olympic team for the U.S. than wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Especially now, even more than ever. So it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see it. And, if you would like me to fly to your gym to do a seminar, it's
leg grabs too.
Leg grab seminar. So easy for me to teach this stuff. I wrestled in college also.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have the American style.
I have the American style. Yeah. Yes, I do. And I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you should just really go for the Olympics.
Every day I think about it, and it's a sickness, and you got to be kind of real with myself. Hey, you're 40. Hey, you have all these things going on. You have multiple businesses. You have no time. And you're not probably not that great of an athlete as you think you are. You know, it's like the thing I tell myself every day. Like,
well, yeah, when reality hits up. But honestly, I think we have a golden duck, sitting on our lap. We just gotta make sure to take care of it and seize the opportunity. Yeah.
You mean a golden goose that lays eggs?
I mean, golden goose.
Duck
or goose, whatever. They all lay eggs.
It's a goose, Peter.
don't have the American style here. Anyway, all right. So I think that's it. I think it's an exciting time. Tell us what you think in the comments. We'd love to hear you. Sponsor on Patreon. Join our Discord server, and then talk to other people about the leg grab return. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else?
Yeah. So reach out to us. You could sponsor us. That'll greatly help us. And you could also reach out to me for seminars. I'm doing a lot of that these days.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's $3,000 for the session, airfare, hotel, that kind of stuff. I'll teach leg grabs. I'll teach you guys these things, and you guys will hear me rant in person about it. I always cater the seminar to your gym. So I'll watch everyone work out first. I'll take questions, and I'll differentiate the instruction for what your need is, whether it's BJJ or no-gi or judo leg grabs now. Very open to it. Reach out to me. Don't hesitate. And thank you. We got to put Peter's name.
His seminar is like boutique, not like package, boutique, tailored just for you. All right.
Yep.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yep. Thank you.